Sorry.
Well, that can be the intro for this one because I was recording that.
Oh. Oops.
So, welcome back to Usual Paddy. I am Pet Shop Man, and guess who's back?
Back again.
Robyn.
Fatty's back.
Tell a friend.
If you
she
have
had
any.
one.
Fucking hell.
So, I need to turn that down for me because that's really loud. I think that's it. Keeping with the horror theme, dragging this bitch out for as long as we can. Well, till the end of the month.
Till like Halloween and shit.
First off, I mean, last time you were here, I got something wrong.
What?
I got Get Out mixed up with Don't Breathe.
Oh, Get Out's a really good film.
Yes. Now, with Get Out, we decided that, well, I mean, we wanted to see it for a while, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Couldn't find it anywhere.
We thought, right, we'll buy it, we'll come back and we'll watch it. Well, for weeks, we couldn't find it anywhere in any of the, excuse me, reputable or unreputable establishments, either new or pre-owned. So we bit the bullet, and I couldn't even rent it off Amazon or anything. I had to buy it. So bought it and we watched it.
30 seconds later, found it in about 15 shops for about 50 pence.
Yeah, gutted. What did you think to it?
I really liked it. It was really it was slow, but it was really unsettling. I really enjoyed it.
See, I liked it, but wasn't it nominated for like an Oscar?
I'm not really sure. You're
I'm
not going to
sure
know, are you? Because
like,
you thought it was Don't Breathe, so...
Yeah, I mean, I got mixed. I could even now be on about something completely different. Like, Relic. That's a film.
Yes.
And Deep Rising.
I've not seen that, I don't think.
Oh, it's so trashy. It's like even trashier than Relic.
Fuck.
It's like set in the... Well, I say in the sea. You know, like on an ocean liner. And some like giant squid. But it's like tentacles go inside the ship.
Oh, God.
And kind of like manage to grab everyone and things. It's really weird.
That's super shit. Okay.
It is, but it's also really good. And it's worth a watch.
Nice.
The entire film's on YouTube.
That's a sign of quality right there.
Good, yeah. Well, you know all about quality films.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, Coke is really windy. So, yeah, Get Out I thought was good, but whether I'm right on the Oscar thing or not, I'm sure I heard something about it. I don't think it was that good.
No, but then Oscars and stuff like that are kind of a wanky thing anyway. Like, I don't really understand how those people...
Sleep at night.
I don't understand, like, how they choose what they do. Because when you watch it, it's literally every single time you watch it, you're just like, yeah, but why? Because the other thing was way better.
Sometimes.
And there's random stuff that's, like, never shows up in the Oscars or anything like that, where you'd think that they should.
Well, they tried to make a new category this year, didn't they?
I don't know.
Next year. Yeah, but it kind of, like, fell through, because everyone was like, you're only doing it so Black Panther can be nominated and win. Because it's like the public's vote or something. So it's like, yeah, well, whatever.
But they kind of need that.
I'm just trying to get my face away from the microphone while I just take a drink and choke on it subsequently. So, right. I looked at some creepy questions to get to know someone's dark side, which I'm going to ask you some of them.
Okay.
Right. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Oh, God.
You already know the cause. It's your brother.
Is it, or is it the fact that I've eaten so much that I explode?
Well...
Those are my only two options.
Yeah, I mean, we're just eating, like, Dominoes.
Well, that kind of answers the question then, doesn't it?
And we're both feeling...
I clearly already know how I'm going to die.
Really fat right now.
Oh, God.
Just right now. Normally, we're rake thin.
Particularly me.
So, would you rather know the date of your death?
I don't know
if you already think that you know how you're going to die, either food or your brother, or the pair.
It's one of them really weird questions where I can say yes now, but I don't actually, unless that's a real thing. I don't know. Like, would I want to know? Because I suppose, I don't know. Then you could live. Sorry, excuse me. I don't know. Like, you could make the most, air quotes here. You could make the most of the time you've got left. Or if you found out that you had like absolutely fucking ages to live, you'd be like, oh, I can act like a knob then.
Wow, so you already know the day when you're down then.
I'm like, wow, I can drive like an idiot. I can do stupid things like put random mushrooms in my mouth.
Yes, more stories for other times. And it's not horrible. Although the horror there is you're driving and the fact that you put random mushrooms in the wild in your mouth. Here's an interesting one for you.
Go on.
If you were forced to kill your mother or your father, who would you kill?
Mother.
Let me finish the sentence first. Such a high-pitched squeak going on. If she hears this back, wow.
She's not gonna, so there.
It's also you think. Might just play it to her in the car sometime.
It's fine, she knows.
She knows she's a victim.
She knows she's going down.
Here's a weird one. Do you like the taste of blood?
No.
No.
It tastes like when you put a key in your mouth.
That's really specific.
It's horrible.
Which serial killer do you find most fascinating?
Fascinating. Oh, I don't know.
We'll go fictional as well. Fiction and non-fiction.
I like the non-fiction ones. Oh, see, it depends what you mean by most fascinating. Because, like, I really
Intriguing.
Intriguing. Keith Chegwin, Cheggers does pop. That's a thing I can't not do, so thanks a fucking lot. Maybe... I don't know. They all have their... I'd have to look it up.
They all have their quirks.
They all have their quirks. Aw. I like the aesthetic idea of Jack the Ripper. Because of the whole, like...
The mystery.
Dingy, mysterious Victorian back alley thing that it had going on. Like, I really like the aesthetic of that. But that's a weird thing to like.
I suppose if you start talking about which you find most fascinating, any is weird to like.
It is, but they are all
like
quite
Ed
fascinating.
Gein as person that skinned people, but also an artist.
Kind of, yeah, but they are all in their own way fascinating. Apart from, like, what's his name? That twat.
That narrows it down.
Charles Manson, or whatever he's called.
Oh, yeah.
What a fucking knob end
he didn't murder many people.
No, well, he didn't really, but he, like...
His minions.
He's stupid. Thinks he's what a knob.
Yeah, what a knob. Would you rather bleed out or be set on fire?
Bleed out.
Yeah.
Who the hell wants to get burnt to death? That's horrible.
It is. If you were trapped on an island, would you rather resort to cannibalism or die of starvation? Depends if your mum's there, because she'll like beat it out your hand and go, "You will not eat meat. You will not eat meat."
Or Logan,
because you're a vegetarian.
or Logan will be there, and he'll resort to cannibalism, even though there's like a supermarket and the island is just like in the middle of a road in a town. And he'll be like, "Oh no, I need to be a cannibal now," and he'll eat some flesh, and we'll be like, "There's fucking Sainsbury's over the road."
We'll all go to Ireland.
And we'll be like, "We're only in Dublin, Logan."
Oh, not too close to the mic.
I fell it forward then, sorry.
Yeah.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, sugar high. Would you? Well, you would, wouldn't you?
If it came down to it, you'd fucking have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Like the survivors of like that plane that crashed in the Andes and had to resort to cannibalism. I think they like meet up every year. I'm sure of it.
Compare
like,
missing body parts.
I know. Do you think they're like this steak is good, but it's not as good as Phil? He was a prime fillet right there.
I've become vegetarian since I left because nothing stacks up to Tina's arms.
It's really horrible, but yeah, also quite funny. If someone you loved committed a gruesome murder, would you help them cover it up? Not that you love anyone.
No.
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 Would you be like, you're on your own there?
I'd be like,
would you turn him in?
And I wouldn't turn them in. Or maybe I would, because then I'd still be an accessory. Like, I ain't going down for somebody else's shit.
So, I murdered someone. I ring you. And be like, Robyn, I've killed someone.
I'm like, well, you best get yourself down to the police station then, aren't you? Oh. End of call. That's it. I've
she
cut
hung
ties.
up on me.
Goodbye. You're on your own, mate.
Goodbye. Skin Wars is on. I don't have time for your shit.
Excuse me, I'm catching up on Bake Off.
No.
Yeah.
Would you rather see the ghost of a stranger or that of a loved one?
Either would be awesome.
Okay.
I just
the silence with the cars going past in the background.
I just mentally...
They can act as the tumbleweed going
I mentally wandered off then. I was like, oh, that's an interesting question.
And there we go again.
And there I go again. Just move on.
Move on. Which horror movie monster do you think is the deadliest?
Horror movie monster?
Will be like zombies, well known, because they just start off as one. It spreads. So clearly, they're deadly.
Yeah, it's like the flu of monsters.
The flu. Would you rather be eaten alive by wolves or eat another human alive?
Whoa, that's a big one, isn't it?
Going back to your irrational fear of werewolves.
Going back to my irrational fear of werewolves, I would not be alive when it was eating me because I'd have passed the fuck out and died.
You wouldn't go all like Liam Neeson and just take one on in a fight?
Would I yell?
Because it's the alpha you got to take down.
Like, I can play Tig and collapse because someone's chasing me. Like, I am not going to go down with a fight.
Right, so looks like you're chowing down on another human.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Well, that's the one you picked. How often do you think about death? That's
Very
a bit of a dark,
often.
literal dark question.
Very
I think everyone does, don't they?
Yeah.
To like some kind of extent. Especially me, that lives like near a graveyard.
Yeah, and me who is deeply mentally ill.
See, we're all about inclusion on the
yeah, moving swiftly
on. Oh my goodness, I can't ask that one.
Go on, what is it?
You sure?
Yeah.
If you were a necrophiliac, which celebrity would you dig up?
Oh God, let me think about this one.
Who's fresh in the ground right now?
Oh, not so fresh.
What?
I'm not really. Who am I going to do? No. That's weird, especially like because I
told you I didn't want to ask it. Yeah,
it
makes it different for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the vital bits are rotted off anyway.
How would you defend yourself if someone broke into your house? This is just going back to your relevant point.
First of all, I wouldn't. Second of all, I like to think that my dog would do that for me. Thank you very much.
No,
Adam.
because Adam runs in the sight of danger away.
Not if someone...
I reckon you would flatten someone, maybe because you'll be at the top of the stairs. In a panic, you'll collapse.
I'll collapse and
tumble down the
them,
stairs. Like some Indiana Jones thing going on.
I don't know, actually, because I've obviously never been in that situation, but maybe the rage would take over and I'd grab something heavy, of which there are many of those items, or indeed the machete that's under my mattress in my bedroom, and fuck them up.
Okay, that helps. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which one of your friends would die first?
You.
Wow. I'm ready. I want it to happen so I don't have to go to work on Monday.
Oh my God, I forgot. Do you still have that collection of was it bottle lids or something you were going to use for currency?
Oh, bottle caps, yeah.
That's
a whole Fallout thing. I'm loaded when the apocalypse happens. I'll be throwing caps everywhere.
Stacey would be fucked, bless her.
Why is she not all...
All short legs. She would not survive.
No.
I'm not even sure she knows what a zombie is. Bless her.
No. What was it that you said the other day about her?
Oh, right. This is nothing to do with Halloween or anything creepy, but it is my favourite.
But it's still amusing.
It's my favourite anecdote about Stacey, which I'm sure she loves that I share around so frequently. Is a few years ago when she asked me, she went, "Robyn, I know Jesus was from Britain, but which bit? Where is Nazareth?"
It's off the M1.
So he was Jesus of Barracliff for a while.
Jesus of Barracliff. Which do you think will be more painful, electrocution or drowning? Well, that's clearly electrocution because you're not in pain when you're drowning, are you?
You are.
Are you?
Apparently, yeah.
Only if a shark's tugging on your leg.
No, apparently, like, it fucking hurts your lungs. It's meant to really hurt.
It's been a real eye-opener. Which I would not do in the sea, because I don't like my eyes open underwater.
Don't you?
No.
I would do like
Not in salt water.
Not in the sea, no, that hurts like hell.
I was going to say dry your eyes out, but you've got bigger issues. If you met a vampire, would you let it bite you for eternal life, or would you shove a stake in its heart?
Oh, it depends. Is he a babe?
It doesn't say.
Well, if he's a babe, eternal life. If he's not,
really, you'd have to live forever and watch everyone around you die. I know that's what you're secretly wanting.
Yeah, I'm not that sentimental.
No, thanks.
No.
Oh, you can listen back to these and be like, oh, those are the days when Pet Shop Man was alive 200 years ago.
Those are the days.
Lol. Would you rather murder 3 innocent children or watch 3 of your loved ones die in front of you? That's dark.
Can I have both of those options together? No.
I want to watch my loved ones die while I'm murdering children.
Why don't I line up the children in my family and murder them myself, and it's like 2 in 1?
Okay.
Kill 2 children with 1 stone.
I'm sure Corey counts as a child, right?
Yeah. Probably won't kill Corey, though.
No, he fixed your car.
Yeah. He is helpful.
Yeah, I suppose. Let him live. If this was Gladiator, it'd be a thumbs up. If aliens came to Earth, would you...
Aliens?
I was hoping you'd gloss over that.
If aliens came to Earth...
If aliens came to Earth, would you want us to welcome them or kill them?
Welcome them? They'd be so cool.
Yeah, it would. Well, it depends if it's like Independence Day aliens and they're just not nice.
It'd still be cool, though. Imagine the Instagrams. Imagine how good it'd look. Imagine the news. Imagine the uproar.
Like you would die because you'd take a picture where you take like 10 million pictures, spend about half an hour trying to find the right picture, and then you'll spend another 5 minutes picking a filter for it, and you'd be dead.
And then I need to spend another 5 minutes thinking of a caption. And in this interim, I will have needed to touch one because I like to touch things.
Oh, and there'll be like 10 minutes of you putting hashtags in.
Yeah.
If there's hell, do you think you're going there?
Yes.
Well, that's a yes. What is the meanest thing you've ever hoped happened to someone? I suppose that's death, really.
Yeah.
Again, everyone thinks that about someone once.
Someone at least once. At least once.
More eels and things.
Yeah. Oh, they're such horrors.
Have you ever tried to contact a spirit with a Ouija board?
No, not personally. I mean, I've been in a room while it's happened.
Ooh.
But no, not me. Personally, no.
Would you?
No, because I'm scared of everything. That's why, I'm like...
Only if I'm sat down while we're doing it.
No, I mean, I watch too many films. It's guaranteed to go wrong. For me.
This isn't a... Well, it could be a creepy question. If the opportunity presented itself, would you watch your crush get undressed through their window?
Yeah. Who would not?
Again, I think everyone would.
That's a different kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's still creepy though. It still kind of falls under that.
It is creepy,
category.
But yes, I would.
We'll skip the sex questions.
Are they hilarious and gross though? Are this all necrophilia?
No.
Which would you rather have sex with, a witch's nose or a vampire's leg? Read one. I'm not going to answer it, but I just want to know what kind of questions.
Would you rather have sex with elderly people in front for the rest of your life, or never have sex again? See, again, gonna skip the sex questions.
No, it's just when you were like creepy sex questions that became weird.
See, I mean, this is going like some of these questions are just
weird.
Have you ever kind of questions about sex? But
have you ever?
This has
touched
ever
a
felt like
corpse's
this?
boob?
No.
Have you ever?
ever felt like this?
Strange things happened. Have you touched a dead man's dick? No, what?
Say what? Say what?
I haven't, just to clarify.
If you witnessed a murder, would you go to the cops or keep your mouth shut?
Oh.
Come on,
I'd grass them up.
Yeah, because
Okay,
if you're turning a friend in for doing it, you're going to turn someone else in that you don't know.
The thing is, I can't keep my mouth shut, so I'd see this murder and I'd be straight on. I'd be like texting everyone. My WhatsApp would be blowing up. I'd be like, I'd be tweeting like, "Holy shit, you'll never guess what I've just seen." And then I'd go to the police and I'd have just ruined everything.
After you've run up to the dead man and touched his Johnson. So we go, well, tick that one off the question list.
Just gave his meat and 2 veg a wee tap. Flick it and then walk away. No. What are we on about here?
Right. If you were to make a horror film, what would the plot be?
Ooh.
Or like what kind of horror film would it
see, I like just a good old fashioned like a ghost story.
See, that's exactly the type of film that I want to do. I want to do
just a nice
an actual properly haunted house spooky film.
Yes, that's the kind of thing. That's the one.
You have yet to watch. I watched The Haunting of Hill House.
I am ready to catch up on that on Thursday.
That's what I kind of wanted my vision to be, but it wasn't.
Right, okay.
So
I'll come back to you with
I'd
whether
keep
I agree
it
on
more simple.
Yeah. See, I've just recently watched...
Yeah. Watch it, we'll talk about it, and then we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
If you killed someone, how would you get rid of the body? You wouldn't, because I'd grass you up. Because you grassed me up. Over there in my cell. Be like, she just killed someone, I know it.
I can tell by the smug smile on her face. Actually, I don't know. How would you... I mean, you always hear those stories of like, oh, feed them to a pig, because they'll eat everything except the teeth.
I mean, there are a few pig farms around here, but, you know, they're quite well fed.
They are.
You'd have to starve a pig if you wanted to get rid of a body quickly.
Yeah.
All you'd have is a mucky dead body in a farmer's field who will find it the next day.
I mean, quite frankly, I could stash many a dead body in my car and no one would notice because it's such a shithole.
Well, that's it. You'll just cover it in coats. You'll be fine.
I'll just lay it in the boot and like gradually chuck a bit to the pigs. Every Sunday when I go to Whitby to do my volunteering, I'll just be like, there's a toe, there's a foot.
Oh, that'll start to smell, but again, who knows?
Exactly.
If you came back as a ghost, whose life would you make a living hell?
Oh, everyone's.
It's got to be your mum's. Really tip her over the edge.
Easily done, I imagine. It's going to be everyone. I'm going all out.
Really?
Oh,
You're doing a lot of travelling.
I'm doing a lot of travelling, but I've got a lot of time on my hands. I'm dead.
I suppose. Would you rather have your arm hacked off or your leg? That's a classic kind of question.
It is, isn't it?
Would you rather lose an arm or a leg?
Oh, probably a leg.
Yeah.
I'd say a leg.
I'd say a leg.
Because arms are more useful. You can get a prosthetic leg and they work just the same.
You could get a prosthetic arm, but
you
guaranteed...
It's not quite the same though, is it? How am I going to sew with a prosthetic hand?
I hack my arm off, a really good Xbox game will come out. I'm like, damn. I can only go around in circles.
Exactly.
That's all I can do.
But at least you can just have a leg. A leg's a leg.
It would be a weird kind of situation to be in where you had to pick one.
It would.
Like a Saw situation.
Like a Saw or Cube, which is an absolute cracking film.
If you could ask... What?
Cube.
Oh, for a minute I was still thinking about Saw and I thought, I'm sure you said you didn't like Saw.
I've seen half of the first one and that's it.
Missing out.
I know people keep telling me that there's actually a plot, but I'm not feeling it. I might go back to it one day.
The first one's good, the second one's alright, but kind of like Paranormal Activity. First one's good and then they just kind of like dwindle off, do their own thing. If you could ask the devil a question, what would it be?
If I could ask the devil a question? Oh, I don't know. That's a really weird question. What would you ask the devil?
What would I ask the devil? How was Georgia?
Can you teach me how to play the fiddle real well?
Said No one for a long time, I assume.
I'd like to learn to play the fiddle real well.
You used to play violin a bit, didn't you? In your school years.
Till somebody stole it, yeah.
Oh.
And because I'm
Awkward.
lazy as bastard and I never practiced.
Yeah.
There's only so far you can get.
If you were given the death penalty last meal.
Rusks.
Really?
Milk.
I'd probably have a Domino's with extra tomato sauce.
No, I wouldn't have pizza. No.
With hot dogs on it. And jerky.
I don't know why I said rusks, but that's my first. That's my instinct.
Rusks and milk as your last meal.
Yeah.
So.
Or would it be something? I mean, it depends. Could it be stuff that like? Could it just be a random selection of things? Sorry, I'm leaning back and I shouldn't be. Could it just be a random selection of things?
Well, that's why I'm having Domino's pizza with hot dogs and like jerky and stuff on it.
Could I just be like, can I just have a bucket of slush? Thank you.
That can be your drink. Just like this bucket with a straw in it.
The fucking keg of slush.
A metal straw.
No, that'd hurt my teeth, I think, with a slush.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to die soon. That one straw is not going to...
The last thing you want to do is die with a bit of tooth pain.
Exactly, yeah.
And brain freeze.
I mean, honestly, tooth pain is the worst. I'd rather just die.
What do you want etched on your tombstone? Oh, could go on forever, this one.
What do I want etched on my tombstone? Oh my god. That's a funny one. Do you know, like a few years ago, I can't remember if I was having a conversation with somebody or whether something had just came up, but I thought of some, and now I can't remember any of them. But it'd have to be something stupid or comical.
Obviously.
Yeah.
For you, it would be something like, if you exhume me, it's not rigor mortis, I've just got a bad back. Or something like that.
Yeah, or something along those lines. Yeah.
Rigor mortis set in -3 years ago. While I was shopping.
Hey, turns out it wasn't Big Bones.
Turns out rigor was set in. I mean, there's all the classics like Buried Alive and stuff, but you'd really want to like put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, it'd have to be something really stupid.
Here I lay, with the boss ringing me asking me if I'm at work tomorrow.
That'd be you.
Here
I lie.
question.
I'm alive. I just don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Have you ever said Bloody Mary in front of a mirror?
I have, yes.
And Candyman, have you?
Yes, I have.
And did you freak yourself out and collapse?
No, nothing happened.
Well, there's a shocker.
I know, right?
Who knew?
I know.
Suppose you can't be everywhere at once.
I know, yeah. Sort of like God.
Would you spend a full night inside like a really haunted house?
Would I?
Someone paid you.
Oh, how much are they paying me?
Oh, if I was paid, you
Wait
say?
a minute, there's a financial incentive? This depends on the fee.
All enough to just pay off all your debts. That's it.
Boom, I'm in there.
Clean
My eyes
slate.
are shut, I'm collapsed. I'm going to just close my eyes.
Quiver yourself away for a few hours.
Lay in a pool of my own piss and then collect my cheque in the morning.
A check? That's a bit who?
It is a bit, innit? I don't know why I said that. A bank transfer.
No, we've had a Ouija board. I've gone on to a different question thing, and some of the questions are the same, but none of the sex ones. Do you have a... Yeah, we've kind of had that one. Do you have a hunch about the way you're going to die?
I have a hunchback and it probably will kill me.
In a car accident with you. Which Stephen King novel unsettled you the most? Cujo, because you have dogs.
Yeah, fucking hell.
None that are like Cujo big.
No. Pet Cemetery, because it's horrid.
I'm looking forward to seeing the new Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, so am I, but also the old one just...
That's weird.
It's just odd.
It's that kid. It's always kids, isn't it? They're always a weird one.
I did read a short story by Stephen King once, and in fact, actually, now I'm saying this, did I even imagine this? Maybe. But it was a really weird short story about a road. I remember there was like a highway with a turn in and a hole in the road. And that's
Were you
all
driving to my work?
No, but did I imagine? I'm going to Google that because I'm not sure if I imagined that.
All right, we'll come back to it.
We'll come back to that in a minute.
Would you sleep inside a coffin for a night?
Oh, claustrophobia. No, and I'll tell you for why, unless it was a really wide coffin. For obvious reasons, because I'm a fat bastard. No. Oh, I'm actually having to sit in case you need a description, I'm having to actually stretch my arms right out now.
She's doing her stigmata pose
I
right
am,
now.
because the thought of being confined so that I can't lift my arms up and splay my legs makes me want to cringe myself into death.
Don't start coughing. Don't look at me like that. You thought it was funny?
I didn't, really, at all.
What would your last words be? Probably laughing as you drive backwards into a ditch. Again, story for another time.
You've really got it in for my driving today.
Any day, really. Or maybe swerve and hit a central reservation trying to avoid a rabbit.
Listen, shut up. Oh, yeah, it is.
What's it called?
Dolan's Cadillac.
Yeah.
Dolan's Cadillac, short story. Originally published in Castle Rock, which is the one I was reading.
Down in Castle Rock.
Oh no, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, sorry. Plot, let's have a look. Yeah, something to do with like a car bomb and like...
A car bomb?
He takes on puts a Cadillac in a hole and buries it.
This sounds really weird.
It really was. And like, I still think about it because I just think, what? And what?
What's the scariest Halloween costume you've ever seen?
Oh, God.
Is it like a sexy Pikachu or something?
Oh, no. There was a guy that came to my house when I was a kid, which, I mean, honestly, is probably the reason why I'm scared of werewolves. No, it's not. I've always been scared of werewolves. But when I was younger, and this guy came trick-or-treating. He was by himself, but he was dressed as a werewolf, or maybe it was a real werewolf. I'm not even joking. He was about 7 feet tall. And Corey must have been about 5, maybe.
That's your brother.
Yes, it is.
One of them.
Yeah. He must have been about 5, and he went to the door thinking, yeah, there'll be some children for trick-or-treat, and I'll give them some sweets. Opened the door, this like 7-foot giant friggin' wolf was at the door, and he just like ran into the kitchen and just soiled himself.
Was he looking for Liam Neeson?
Perhaps. But that sticks in my mind as one of the best, because I think it's just the fact that he was so tall, it looked really effective.
Are there any horror movies you've refused to watch because you think it might scare you too much? Or like in the past?
No, not really. I mean, no, not really.
No, same.
I sort of weirdly, I get scared really easily, but I like to be scared. Is that?
No, that's about, no.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's fine. What do you think hell looks like?
Awesome.
Probably like...
I don't understand this whole heaven and hell thing, right? If you go to hell because you're bad,
Probably
why are you
looks like
getting punished? Because the devil's also bad. So if you go to hell because you've been bad, the devil's going to be like, fucking yes, mate, you've been really bad. Join us in this absolute giant party, do what you want.
Everyone's
Basically,
going to
hell is like...
That's where the party's at.
Warm heaven. And I'm always cold. So I feel like hell's going to be my jam.
Yeah, it's going to be where you need to be.
Yeah. Although heaven does have the iridescent colours, I imagine.
The worst nightmare you've ever had?
Oh, God, I used to have loads of weird nightmares. Like, recurring dreams. I mean, I'm probably about 5 or 6 that I used to have, like, from years ago that I only just recently stopped having.
Oh, wow.
There was one about, like... I got chased by bears and wolves a lot.
Yes, I remember.
There was one with some giant cannonballs. There was one with a beach where everything got really claustrophobic and my hands went big. There was one where a stag or a moose on Albemarle Crescent fucking tore a man in half in front of me. And there was a police cordon, so you weren't supposed to go up there because there was a wild animal on the loose. And then and I just ignored it and walked up and then watched a moose thing, like an elk of some description, just tear a man to pieces with its, just antler it to death.
Flipping elk.
Fuck off. And then, yeah, so there was There was the teary-uppy one, there was the claustrophobic beach, there was some cannonballs that were landing all over my house and sort of aiming for me from the sky. And then there's a couple where like there's lions and things around.
So there's a
and
lot
I have
of
to get
animal-based ones.
Get inside houses, and can't go anywhere because there's always like fear of like coming face to face with something awful outside.
See, when I was young, I used to have this reoccurring nightmare. 'Cause, my dad's old house, it was like a Victorian house, and it was on like 3 levels. And the living room was on the 2nd level.
That's weird.
Upstairs were the bedrooms. Downstairs was supposed to be the living room, but it's really cold and drafty down there.
All right, okay.
I mean, for as far back as I can remember, it was always on the middle floor. I used to have this reoccurring nightmare 'cause whenever you go to bed, it's really dark down the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
But if you go to the the top of the stairs which go down, if you turn the other way, there's the stairs upstairs, so they kind of follow each other.
Yeah.
And I used to have this like reoccurring nightmare where I'd go from the bathroom to go up to bed, and I turn to go up the stairs, and I try and run as fast as I can, but my leg will get dragged down. Not by anything I could see, but like at the bottom of the stairs where it was all dark. This is a weird. I say the weird part. It's all kind of weird.
Yeah, this is the weird part of this
like,
weird stairs.
Directly right at the bottom of the stairs was just like the meter, like the electric meter. To me, that was haunted. That's haunted.
Electric meter. And deadly. Was it one of the ones we had to put like 50p in?
No, it wasn't like that. It's just like a standard meter.
Okay.
But as I'm getting...
I just broke my tooth on a glass then.
And as I'm getting dragged down the stairs, I'm being dragged to the meter. But I'd always wake up just as I got there. But that was like a reoccurring dream for years.
That's weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Scary meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuel bills, and there's a real horror for the story.
If you're an adult, that is a genuine, terrifying situation.
Yeah. So again, reoccurring nightmares come back.
Yes.
Except I'm being dragged to the electricity bill. It's like, no. This is silly. Everyone would. Would you consider trying on a straitjacket for $100?
Yeah.
I know.
I wouldn't like it, but I'd do it for £100.
Would you consider tasting human flesh for $100 or pounds?
Depends what you mean by tasting. If it was
Try a bit, like jerky or like wafer thin ham.
Someone went, here, try this. It's people. I'd be like,
sandwich.
Fuck it, yeah, £100, done.
But not when your mum's around because you're a vegetarian.
Listen, for £100, I'm eating a person.
A whole person? Can you manage one?
I'm going to punch a person to death, consume them whole, retrieve
in Saudi
my £100.
Arabia. Ooh, keeping it relevant.
Oh my god.
Have you ever walked through a graveyard at night? Everyone
has.
Have you
say everyone has, like, that's so normal. Probably a lot of people haven't.
It's weird.
Maybe it's just because we have such a big one.
Have you ever created a voodoo doll?
No. But I think about that. I might have to, actually. Not a real proper one. Oh my god, I'm full of gas. I'm just like, have I? I don't know.
You're already bloated with
the
your
guilt. No, I don't think I have. Besides which, I'm not actually any voodoo-y type person, so it would be irrelevant.
What's the most disturbing song that you've ever heard? It would be something by Disturbed, wouldn't it?
No. So disturbing songs, here's the thing. When I was in year 5 at primary school, I had a teacher. His name was Mr. James. He was a legend. He was also kind of insane, though. And he made us listen to some songs. And I remember, like, I think there was maybe 2 or 3, and they're quite I'm sure they're like folk songs from like someone famous. I can't really remember who, like some famous folky band. But like when you're 10 years old, there was one about a kid who was playing football, and the football went over the wall into a witch's garden, or something to do with stealing cabbages. I can't really remember. And then the kid had gone into the garden, and then the story went that the witch took him into her house and laid him on a chopping board and stabbed him like a sheep.
That's one big chopping board.
And like, and then like the chorus was about like laying the boy in his death robes and like wrapping him in his sheets and burying him, laying him to rest and stuff. That was really disturbing.
Yeah.
And then there was another one about Long Lankin and how he would break into a house and like bleed a child out or whatever.
Yeah.
Which was just weird.
Yeah.
And I think like that's a strange thing to make children listen to.
It is.
But you know, the 90s.
Well, you know, they happened.
But yeah, like, and I still think about them.
Interesting.
I would sing them, but I'm not gonna.
Why not?
Because I can't fully remember them. I just sort of like vaguely remember a snippet.
You need to remember them and then come back for a karaoke sesh.
Yeah. Huh?
Then we may get an intro, finally, which is supposed to be sorting out.
Well, I'm supposed to be sorting out a lot of things. Do I sort them out?
Your life.
No. Yeah. Do I sort it out? No.
So here's a story of us.
All about how? What?
Yeah. Dolby Forest on Halloween. So, how many? It was some years ago now.
It was a lot of years ago now, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, like 5 or 6 years ago, maybe. There was this thing at Dolby Forest where you go off in like these groups of strangers around this trail, and you stop at certain points, and there'll be some like actors there acting a part.
You don't need to read all of it, just that bottom bit. I was just trying to show you.
I still didn't read it, but tell me after.
It was just my mum asking if I was going home yet.
Oh, no. You stop at these certain parts and they perform this
sort of a small tableau.
Yeah, as you go around. And you said to me, oh, would you join me, my mum, Logan? Was your nana there?
No, I think my auntie was. Was it, or was it my nana?
I don't know, someone drove us there because it was before you could
Louise,
drive.
it was Louise.
Was it Louise?
Yeah.
I said, do you want to come? I was like, yeah, all right, I'm not doing anything on Halloween, I'll join in. And you're like, right. And you like sent me a link or something. It's like a bring a torch event. So we packed up our torches and then we left. And then we got there, we got out of the car and walk around the car park, and it's nice and dark. Showering a bit. It was like quite drizzly. It started
quite
raining
dingy,
later on.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
And there were all these happy families there, and there were all like the kids and the mums with like the pound shop little LED torches that you have to have like a foot off the ground to get some kind of light. You got dads there with like the traditional dad mag lights.
Yeah. The dad lights.
They're like so long, they take like 4D batteries and they have like an actual tiny light bulb in them, which my dad even has one, which is why I'm calling them dad torches.
Yeah.
But there were some of them floating around casting the little orange lights on the floor, and like walking into the centre.
And then Pet Shop Man.
Like walking to the centre, I was like, Robyn. Like, what? I said, I think I've done this wrong.
Pet Shop Man had brought the sun. The actual sun, pretty much.
So yeah, we went into the centre, like ushered us into the group we were going with, and we set off walking, and all these little lights were like flicking around.
Flickery lights.
As all
People
these
had like
kids,
candly
like,
type things.
Skipping along. There's probably someone with a lantern there from the olden days. And then you were like, well, go on, Pet Shop Man. Put your torch on. So then I turn this torch
click.
on. Everyone turns around and looks at me. And I'm like, look, if something's going to come out of the woods running at me, I want to be able to see it before it gets
from
to me.
1,000 miles away.
From miles away. But then my torch is really good because I can also concentrate the beam which goes on for miles. And it's not like
It
one of
was
the
so
massive car battery
excessive.
torches.
It was so excessive.
It's not
though.
excessive. It's just like 4 AA batteries.
For a little kid's walk in the woods, it was. I say little kid's walk. I was really
We
genuinely frightened.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't collapse.
I did a little bit.
There were too many people
I was
carrying
panicking.
you.
I was like attached to a stranger at one point.
Yeah, but then whenever it got a little too chilling, I just turned my torch on.
And it was the
then,
daytime.
Oh, you can see your makeup. Well done on that. Keep
Wow,
acting
yeah.
well.
I can see into the past because this is so bright.
Oh, I'm walking into the light now. See, it was a good time. It did rain. We all got wet.
It was good though.
But thanks to me, we all got back safe. We could see where we were going. We could find the path.
There was absolutely no spooky atmosphere whatsoever.
I feel like the Pied Piper leading everyone back to safety. It was a good time.
Ridiculous.
It was a
Absolutely
good time.
ridiculous.
Good old spookums.
I love a spookum.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever had a ghostly experience?
That was my sound effect. Yes. Well, I mean, now this is tricky because, I mean, was it a ghost experience? It seemed like a ghost experience. When I was very small, I used to sit in my house and talk to somebody who I dubbed Little Nana, who, when I described her, actually was sort of like my nan's nan.
See, this is already the making of a stereotypical haunted house fic.
I know, right? And I used to
The
sit...
kid makes friends with somebody.
I used to sit in the kitchen, on the, like, worktop in the kitchen, and talk for hours to this little nana in the wall. So I'd just talk at a wall. But then, like... And it's one of those really weird unexplained things where I was really, really small, and I'd be sat staring at a wall, and bear in mind this is like 1994 or something. Like, there ain't no internet then, I'm not going to be on my iPad.
No.
And I'd be like chatting to a wall for a bit, and then I'd leave the kitchen, go up to my mum and be like, oh hey, so little Nana's taught me this thing. And then I'd like reel off loads of stuff, and she'd be like, where the heck, what? Like, how'd you know that? Like, I remember once I was like, oh, I've been talking to little Nana about dinosaurs, and she's taught me the names of them all, and they're this, and this, and like reeled off all these names of dinosaurs. Like, how would a wall teach me that? So that was kind of weird.
Wallpapered in dinosaurs with the names
No,
on?
it was actually bare plaster, the wall that I talked at. Wow. It had been stripped. I remember that. It was like, you know, like pinky plaster.
Oh, yeah.
It was that.
How story for another time, but how was plaster moved on from? They all used to be pink, now it's all white.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
Is there some kind of difference to... Is pink plaster not very good?
It's maybe probably got like asbestos in it or something.
Probably.
Deadly. I nearly said pasta. Deadly pasta.
Pasta. Pastered all over the walls.
That'd be really weird. Noodles in lines. No, so yeah,
it's got to be
in
uniform lines.
I mean, there's been a few kind of incidences in that kind of vein, really. I used to, in my very first house, my auntie used to live with us for a little while, and she used to say that they slept in the living room, and they used to say that on the night time, a little boy in like shorts and a little flat cap used to stand at the bottom of the stairs. And just stand
was
there
it that
and watch
little
them
boy that was in the
sleeping.
weird shop in the Brunswick earlier?
Yeah, look, it looked like that.
That's him. He's a famous ghost.
Yeah, and like that was meant. They used to say that they saw that like every night. She used to be laid there, and she'd be like, "That boy's back again."
That bloody boy's back again.
Chuffing ghost, and like random, you know, stuff like that, like little things. But it's difficult to sort of like really think about them too hard because obviously I was really small, so they're not particularly they're vivid, but in a memory way rather than I can't sort of like look back in an educated way, like what, or like I can't think what word I'm trying to think of. But I can't sort of look back from that sort of like and be like, right, okay, this is actually how it worked, like what happened.
Yeah.
But that's what I remember. That's obviously, and I used to carry around. I used to like walk around with my hand closed for like all day.
Ready to punch someone.
Just be like, I've got my hand in a fist. What are you doing? I'm holding little Nana. It's weird.
Yeah.
Mad,
really
innit?
Weird.
Yeah.
That's where you get your madness from. Now, let's switch the topic back onto scary programs and things.
Yeah?
Here's a controversial thing.
Go on.
Do you remember when Supernatural used to be good?
Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, do I remember when Supernatural used to be good. I miss it so much.
I know.
And it's one of them weird things where, like, I miss Supernatural so much, and it's still going, so technically if I miss it that much, I could just watch it. But I don't want to.
But you try and watch it,
the
and
good
it's
old
like,
days.
what's
I
going
miss
on?
It should have stopped at, like, season 6.
Well, this is the
Well,
ongoing
it's now, like,
problem.
Season 550, and, like, Sam and Dean are in Zimmer frames, and Castiel's gone rotten. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
That's the thing. I mean, as the series were going on, you could tell that partway through, well, 3/4 to the end, they're slowly trying to wrap everything up.
Yeah.
And then they get the green light. So, hey, make some more seasons. So then something like new,
Yeah, and
they're just thrown into something new.
It annoyed me, actually, because it's for years,
a dead
it was
horse.
so important to me. And now I miss when I liked it, but I don't. Now I kind of look on it in a bit of. I'm just like, ugh, Supernatural again.
What's your favourite episode?
Oh my god, the one when Castiel first arrives, and that one scene where you first meet Death. Oh my god, like
that
one scene where you first meet Death is worth
That's chilling,
all of it. It is brilliant, absolutely amazing. That episode is really good. Quite a few episodes are really good. Oh, I miss it. I miss loving it.
The one that sticks with me the most, it's like one of the first series, it's like a really early one.
Yeah.
Is when they're going along the haunted highway and they pick up that woman.
Yes.
But as it turns out at the end, is that she's a ghost, but she doesn't realise that she's dead.
Yeah.
And then it was only like at the end when they're like taking you back through. It's like, oh, that was a really good episode. Oh my god,
it was clever, that one.
Loved that episode.
And then there was obviously the memorable ones were like the silly ones and the weird ones.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it got too story-driven as they kept milking series.
Yeah, it got a bit too serious and a bit too drama.
It needed to be more like the X-Files, where there was just like random things in different episodes with the occasional little drag-on of a story.
It was Monster of the Week used to be brilliant, and then they tried to make it too... It went all mythical and weird, and they tried to make it too, like, serious.
Yeah.
Which worked in its way, I suppose, but...
Yeah.
I missed the fun bits, like the one where with the Eye of the Tiger, and where they woke up and it was the same day over and over again, and Dean died loads of different ways. Hey, Tuesday, pig and a poke. And like those kind of ones, that was just really... And like, all the ones with the trickster in were amazing.
Yeah.
Everything was like that was brilliant, and that like era of it was awesome.
It was the trickster. They went to the campus, didn't they? And everyone was like having like weird stories about aliens and things.
Yeah.
And the X-Files, which I briefly mentioned.
Yes.
Again, that, I mean, I like that the X-Files came back, but I didn't like the episodes.
Yeah.
It's kind of just making a mockery of itself.
Yeah.
I like the movies. Now, if they could just come up with some like really good stories, and then just make some films
one-off.
every so often.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. But there was this like whole thing with like Mulder was making a big deal about having a cell phone that could take like pictures or something, and we were like taking pictures, trying to take pictures of this monster or whatever. It just got really stupid. I never watched like the last lot of episodes that came out, because I watched the first lot of the reboot,
and we're just like,
I was like, I watched them, but
I think it had the X-Files was good for. Oh, sorry, I'm gassy again. Wait a minute.
Oh, there's a tumbleweeds again.
Oh, it's lucky that a car drives past every time something happens. No, I think it was brilliant, actually. It was absolutely awesome. But, like, for its time. Whereas, like, it's the sort of premise that wouldn't work now.
No.
And has obviously shown itself
That's
that
it, and because
doesn't.
it's been like the same writer, he's like it's like you can tell is a traditional person, but
trying
he's
to
trying
fill
to do it for a modern
now,
audience,
which it doesn't. That's not what it like. The thenness of it is what made it, and it to me is it should stay there, and I'd happily watch it over and over again as a rerun format.
Oh yeah, like
But-
especially like the first bunch of series,
Yeah.
they were great. Because again,
Yeah.
it's like the whole supernatural monster of the week. It was like something different.
It was just a
every
random
time.
thing every time, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and that's how it should have stayed. Definitely,
Definitely.
that should have stayed that way, and Supernatural should have ended far earlier than
Yeah.
it has.
Sorry to all
To all the people who are still mega into it, but
the fan base.
my God. I used to love it, so I went to like conventions
You did,
and like
yeah.
fucking, I was obsessed with it, and it was like amazing. And now I'm not going to say I don't find it cringy as such, but I'm just like, ugh, why? Like, I don't get.
They tried to do a couple of spin-offs now, haven't
Yeah,
they?
and
The
that's just
Wayward
failed.
Sisters thing. And then there was that really weird episode where you just knew that's what
They were
trying to
edging
achieve.
with like some vampires or something.
Yeah.
Weird. Not a fan.
But then that was trying to dip into the same kind of era as like True Bloods
That
and things
said,
like that.
I did watch the Scooby-Doo episode.
And that's different.
And
because
that was
that's kind of like a classic
fucking
episode. That's
radical.
However, I've still not seen it.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh
I
my
still
God,
need
get
to see
on
it.
that.
I know.
It was amazing. Obviously, we all know why it was amazing. Yes.
This is going back to your whole Scooby-Doo thing.
My Scooby-Doo thing. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to get another drink.
Okay, if you can reach without pulling everything off the table.
And then spitting everything
It's
on
like
it.
headphones
causing
everywhere.
massive electrical fire.
I mean, there's enough wires here. I need to get like a box or something and
box
sort
them.
some, or just get some shorter cables, I suppose. Oh, a bit of tune.
Bit of impromptu chown there.
Impromptu.
An impromptu.
Yes. I thought you completely just skipped over that. It's like, how dare you?
I love a combinated word.
quality
Combinated
pun.
word, a combined word thing.
Unless it's like, oh, I've got a Jackador or some kind of mixed dog breed. That's when it's not okay to blend
I've got a
names.
Jacko-doodle genre.
See, the true horror in life for me is not only poor quality dog food, but it's also the names that customers come up for their mixed breed dog.
Yeah.
It's shocking. Like, we do dog food specific for specific breeds.
Yeah.
Like, this one is for retrievers, this one's for German Shepherds.
As a groomer, I can fully understand and
Yes.
get behind this, because people will come to me
Well,
and bring in their crossbreed dog and say, I want it to look like a Labradoodle. That's not a thing.
When Halloween month's over, we can actually, like,
We'll have
dip
a rant.
into your life.
We'll do, yes.
Because the people don't really know much about you.
Yeah, we'll go
It's
there.
for the better. But even then, I've still had someone come in and say, oh, I'm looking at all these dog foods for specific breeds. Yes. So, I've got a cockapoo.
I've got a Cavapuchon.
Do you have one for that?
Right.
No. Just get this poodle one, get this Labrador one, and fuck off.
The cockapoo's actually a cock spaniel, so you've given him the wrong food there. So
Well,
pet
I
man
wouldn't
you
give
are.
them any of that anyway.
Tell me about it.
Regardless. What I'd give them is an education.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh, I've got a cockapoo and I don't know what to do with it.
The
Like,
true
brush
horror.
it. Try that.
The true horror in life is people that have certain pets but know nothing about them.
Genuinely.
This is our
Is
horror.
the worst
this is our
thing in-
real life horror in life that we have to deal
the
with
daily
on a
terror.
daily basis of how uneducated people are about the things they're meant to be looking after.
Oh, God. Can you imagine if you didn't know anything about children in the same capacity? I've got
Well,
this
I
thing.
don't think people do.
I've got this thing, and do I feed it? What do I give it? How do I look after it? You're like, do you bath your child? No, I didn't realise I had to. No one told me. You're like, "Ugh."
My dog's starving. I keep getting my boob out, but it's just not taking. Not me personally. But yeah, I mean, there are real life horrors that we
that
both
is
have to deal
a
with.
tale for another day.
Yeah.
'Cause
So,
I
I mean, it's, yeah.
I'd be fuming about various.
And people
Job
themselves
list.
are just scary.
That is true. They are.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, ghosts, quite chilling, not that scary. The actual physical things that can do mental and physical harm in actual day-to-day life, there's a real heart. Is that your stomach rumbling?
I don't know
I
whether
can hear down this microphone.
I'm not sure whether it's rumbling or whether I'm ready to die because I've eaten a lot of things.
Because you've had a Domino's.
A bum piss. No, I don't need to shit myself. I'm just gargling on the inside. I just need to have a bit of a lay down and just digest my food and my life.
Maybe it's Alan.
Alan
Arachnid.
Alan Arachnid, spider provider. Don't get caught in her web.
Arachnophobic?
I was.
Oh, mind you, you held that tarantula when we went to Edinburgh.
Yeah, right. The thing is,
and I just shook its paw or whatever they have.
I was actually just thinking about this because we've just been watching something on the TV where they had a tailless whip scorpion, and even just saying the word makes you want to kill yourself.
They're just
when I was really, really tiny, loved everything. Then there was an incident, which again we'll go over this at another time, I'm sure. There was an incident with my auntie because she's like horrendously arachnophobic, and she was driving, or someone was driving, and she was in the car, and a spider landed on her, and we nearly crashed. And then from then on, I was really quite small at the time, and then from then on, I was just deathly afraid of spiders and all kinds of other creepy crawly things. And then just recently, it's just like gone. And I'm not really sure why. I mean, I don't know whether I've just accidentally desensitized myself to it because I spend a lot of time fondling around in the woods and stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually you just get used to shit. But like, there was a massive house spider in my bedroom the other day. And literally about maybe 2 years ago, maybe even sooner than that, if there was a massive house spider in my bedroom, I'd have told somebody else to go and get it, my mum, and I'd have slept downstairs. But I just picked it up, chucked it out the window and got into bed.
Wow.
And I just do stuff like that now, and I'm like, whoa, I thought I was scared of that, and I'm not. That's amazing.
Speaking of spiders, I'm still trying to convince Dale to come onto this podcast.
Oh my God, now, that spider video.
there's a spider video of a member of staff like going up towards him with a dead spider and him screaming like an actual high-pitched
Did you go up towards
scream.
him or did you put it in a box?
I didn't. It was someone else.
Somebody put it in a...
No, they just had it in their hand. It was a dead spider.
Right, okay.
And she was like, oh, Dale. And I was like, what? And she like got around that. It was just a scream and a run. Mm-hmm. It was hilarious. I'm going to see if we can find the video and then play the audio. But it was only a few years ago. But there was a spider in his bedroom one night, and he's that afraid of spiders. He went and He went and woke his dad up, who was asleep, to come and get rid of his spider. And Dale's, I think is like 32.
My neighbour from 2 doors up from my house. She recently, her husband was out, I don't know if he was at work or at some kind of event. He was somewhere anyway, he wasn't there. And she turned up at my house at like some ungodly hour. We were like settled down for the night, and she turned up at the house crying because she had a house spider in a hallway or something and she couldn't get past it to go to bed.
Yeah.
And she was terrified, literally like crying her eyes out because she was in the house alone and there was a spider in her house. My mum went up and literally just like put it in a cup and took it outside. Give it a quick spin, like you meant to spin them around or something to stop them from coming back, yeah.
Get them dizzy?
Yeah, if you spin them, then it apparently disorientates them so they don't know to come back.
Disorientates anyone.
Well, exactly. And then the next day she was so grateful that she sent my mum like a card and some chocolates.
That's nice.
Like, imagine being that scared. I
know. I can't... No. I mean, I don't generally like spiders, but I mean, I tolerate that. I'm alright if I know where they are, but if I look away and I turn back and they're not there, it's like, well, I'm in for it. Especially more so if it was like a huge ass spider.
Yeah, no, I mean, I used to be that bad. I used to be awful. And then
But you've grown up.
And then, like, but the thing is, I don't even, like, recall it even happening. Like,
yeah,
it's just, I do things now and I'm like, oh, I would never have been able to do that before. Awesome.
Oh, I can't find that video. That's really annoying.
Never mind. Oh, hello, Alon.
I mean, so can't you think of anything that, like, actually scares you?
Yes, werewolves.
Apart from werewolves. We've been through your whole werewolf thing.
I mean...
Like, actually, like some people are with the spiders. Like, if you... What could you see just appear, apart from a werewolf, that would, like, freak you the hell out?
There's that whole kind of... I mean, I don't know. What kind of freak out do you mean? Because there's that whole... You know, that kind of...
Where you'd actually get the sheks.
In like films where you look in the mirror and there's something lurking behind you. That. Because, like, that's creepy. But it's creepy. It's not like... There's nothing that makes me, like, sweat fear. You know, like...
Yeah.
Like phobia, sweaty fear. Like...
We went on some ghost/history tour when we went to Edinburgh last. When we went to the horror convention. We were led into, like, an underground part. Was it, like, under a bridge or something?
Yeah, was it the catacombs or something?
And we had to go in this room, and then we had to... They separated men and women, boys and girls, to stand on either side, didn't they? And it was, like, this pitch black room. Did you feel like you felt anything? Were you, like, slightly nervous about something that could happen because of what the guy was saying? The very camp man.
He was great though. Yes and no. I mean, the atmosphere of it and everything, but that kind of ties into that whole fear of the dark thing that I have.
Yeah.
So, not necessarily that I felt anything there, but the potential for something to be lurking in the dark is creepy, and therefore, when we're in the group, I don't want to be at the back because if there's something behind us, it's going to get
whisper on the back of your neck.
Yeah, you can feel it behind you, and I don't want to be in front because I don't want to be the first person to encounter something. I'm quite happy right in the middle of a crowd there. And there was one bit where, like, they made the room split up, so it was like males on one side and females on the other, and then you had to stand against the wall. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, and that bit of the wall's where the dead person was found, literally where I was stood." But because I didn't know anybody, and everyone was, like, giving each other a wide berth, I was just in this, like, really open space by myself. And I was just like, I don't like having my back exposed to things.
In case there's a Babadook behind you.
Well, anything, really. But I just don't like it. When I'm in bed, it's different because I put a cover over me and suddenly I'm just, like, whatever.
In your little tent fort. Because no monsters can get you once you've got a cover over you.
This is true. Although I'm not one of them people that can't sleep. I have to sleep with my feet out of the cover at the bottom.
That's a weird kind of, like, fear thing where people say, "Oh, you don't want to sleep with your foot outside the bed. Monster will get you." Like, monsters only have, like, a reach of about an inch. So it's like, if you got your foot in your bed, it's like, damn, I can't reach.
Oh no, my tiny T-Rex arms. Yeah, no, I don't have that. I have to sleep with my feet out of my quilt. That's not a thing I can do. So obviously I'm not going to be able to sleep in a coffin, harking back to an earlier question, because I can't even sleep in a bed properly. But
you know you fail at life if you can't even sleep in a bed properly.
I know, right? But no, it's having my back to nothingness. Like, even
darkness.
Now, I keep just turning round because my back's exposed, and I'm like, but if there was something there, my back's there.
Protecting your front.
No, but I mean, like, I don't know. Because I'd be no use if I was watching something coming in. But the fact that I've got my back turned...
It's alright, I'll give you a heads up.
I've got your TV to reflect in.
True.
Horror movie trope.
See, that's the thing. You'll see something coming up behind you in the TV.
And I'll turn around, it won't be there.
Yes.
And then I'll shit my pants.
As you turn back around and it's, like, right in front of you.
Fuck that.
I'll quickly whip a mask on.
And I'll punch you clean in the
Watch
face.
you collapse onto the floor. I found the Dale Scared video. I don't know if the sound will play very well.
Oh my god, that took some finding.
I know.
Can't get one out.
I don't know if that caught on. It was just Dale screaming at the sight of a dead spider and running across the car park, because that's what he does.
Well, I never.
I know, good times. But he left. What a dick.
But he left, and he still talks to you about how unbelievably useless he is. Bless
He
him.
does, and his tiny dogs. Which, if anyone is after a French bulldog, he's got some French bulldog puppies for sale. They are very
Little
cute.
plug. And if anyone's after a French bulldog,
And if you buy one, maybe I can convince him to come on here and chat about rubbish, like we always used to do at work.
yeah, I'm sure you could probably after Halloween get him to just sit and talk
Well,
about
I mean,
tiny weird-looking dogs.
We'll go for a drink, and then I'm sure he'll
Just
be up
whip
for
your
it.
microphones out and just see, and he's not to know.
No, I'll just
Yeah.
have secret microphones on me and just like
One of those like crime watch, the cameras that they wear in that thing with who was his name, Dom Littlewood or whatever.
Oh, don't get Dom.
Yeah,
That kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yep. Real. Yeah. Well, this has been another episode.
This has been.
It's just
Well,
a
it's
random
been.
episode. I mean, we like horror things. We like scary things. So we try and milk this month out for what we can. I mean, I've already got one episode to upload, probably tomorrow, which is a part 2 of Martin and Jamie one. Mm-hmm. Then I've got this one that I need to sort the artwork out for now. So then I need to get that sorted and then stitched onto the audio. And then I'm still trying to convince Lizzie to come on to talk about some of the shite she made me watch when we were housemates.
And how much she's scared of clowns, because that's funny.
Oh, yeah, that's terrifying for her. She won't watch it. She tried to watch the original It once to, like, combat her fear, and she got, like, halfway through, like, the first
Scene.
act. It's like with my sister.
Got halfway through the first minute.
Yeah. I tried to watch the remake of it with my sister who's scared of clowns, and she saw the first part, but then when the Jewish boy sees like the painting on the wall, that's when she left for bed. So like
That painting on the wall is fucking
15
horrible,
minutes
though.
in. Yeah, there's a painting on the wall scene in The Conjuring 2 as well.
Yeah.
Because like the shadow goes
Yeah.
on, and then
Yeah.
that's creepy.
That is creepy.
But yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, this has been Pet Shop Man, and this has been Robyn.
Robinia. Robert.
Robert Mother Care Shoe as your Netflix.
Is that what my Netflix is on now?
It just says Robert, but it's from the Mother Care Shoe thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And I'm sure you had a birthday card recently which said Mother Care Shoe on.
Yeah, it did.
Still not as great as a card I got you.
My favourite thing about that card was my nana reading it. And being like, oh gosh.
Can you remember what the card said? Do you want to read it out to everyone?
Let me think off the top of my head. I've gone and drawn a blank, but it was something along the lines of, I would have got you a nice birthday card, but you're a bellend.
Yeah, it was basically that.
Something
And
along
then
those lines.
Inside there was some perfect literature going on.
There was a poem type, verse type, personal attack on my weight.
Well, wherever you can poke fun. Right, we'll see you next time. So, bye for now. Do you want to, like, sing an outro, seeing as though you sung an intro?
Did I sing an intro? What was it?
Well, you were humming something.
Yeah, I could
Sing
be
round
like,
the twist.
do 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 do.
No, sing round the twist.
Have you ever felt like this?
Yes,
Have
classic.
strange things happen? Are you going round the twist? I want a bit
Like
of
these little cup hands.
I've got
going
cup
on.
hands. I'm boogieing as I'm doing it. Going round twist. Done.
Done and done.
Voila.
Bye. Say bye.
See ya. Bye. Sorry, I was
Don't be so rude.
I was just waiting for you to press a button.